Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Police catch 2 escaped inmates in a home across from a senior living community in Lexington.
Today's game between the Cats and the Georgia Bulldogs ends in another tough loss.
Lexington fire crews spend hours trying to rescue a horse lodged in a sinkhole.
WKYT News starts now. The search for 2 missing Madison County inmates is over. Good evening, I'm Kristen Kennedy. State police say the men escaped around 9 last night, and this morning, investigators tracked them down in Lexington, where they caught up to the men on Price Road. WKYT's Mark Barber spoke with some concerned people living in a senior community right across the street from where police found the inmates. He has our top story at 6.
Surprising, it's scary, and it's alarming.
Some people who live in the Farrell Square apartments on Price Road believe the 2 escaped inmates who were charged with first-degree armed robbery picked the wrong place to hide.
There's a lot of senior people here, disabled veterans, and that's not right.
Police say they found the inmates, 20-year-old Raheem Hill and 24-year-old Marcel Sellers, in a home across from the senior living community around 1:45 this morning. Investigators started searching for the 2 men around 9:15 last night after police say they broke out of their hand and foot restraints and escaped from a van at the Madison County Detention Center. Police say a tip led them to the home here on Price Road where they found the 2 inmates. Investigators tell me one of the men tried to escape through a window before he was arrested. The people we spoke with in the Farrell Square apartments don't want to go on camera because they say police are called to their street often and they're worried about their safety. The associate pastor of the First African Baptist Church tells us they are working to encourage those discouraged in the community.
What we try to do is to always be a beacon of hope, a beacon of light, if you will, for this community.
Neighbors tell us while they are concerned about their own safety, they say they are most worried about the elementary students who go to school beside the senior living community.
I see them kids walking home from school. No telling what can happen to those kids.
Neighbors say, young or old, these safety concerns are a burden no one should carry. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
2 men are charged with theft by unlawful taking, and state police say that's because they got rid of their jail jumpsuits. We're told they are also charged with criminal mischief for destroying their handcuffs. Tonight, investigators are trying to figure out what caused a fire that destroyed a Madison County business. Crews went out to Midway Old Kentucky Furniture on Berea Road in Richmond around noon. Firefighters told us someone left a space heater on, but they aren't sure if that's what started the fire. They had to shut down Berea Road for about 2 hours while they cleaned up the mess. People who live in the area saw smoke pouring out of the business.
He said there was a small smoke coming from the building, and then the smoke got bigger, and then the next thing we knew, this had happened.
Crews tell us no one was injured in the fire. Lexington police are investigating a shooting that sent 1 man to the hospital. Police say last night around 8 inside one of the rooms at the Sportsman's Motel on Winchester Road, someone shot a man in the arm and face. We're told he has non-life-threatening injuries. Right now, police are trying to track down the shooter. They say they have a limited description of what he looks like. Today proved another tough loss for the Cats. They took on the Georgia Bulldogs at Commonwealth this afternoon. WKYT's Lee K. Howard was there and standing by with highlights from the game. Hey, Lee K.
Hey there, Kristen. Yeah, tough is a good way to put it for Kentucky. Last week at Missouri, it was the defense that played well and the offense that struggled. And today against Georgia, it was just the opposite. Georgia jumps out to the early 28-10 lead, but Kentucky's offense was hanging around in the first half. Former Georgia commit Boom Williams finding a hole, and he goes 56 yards, outracing the defense to the end zone, back to an 11-point ball game. After Georgia scored on its next possession, Kentucky with a chance to close out the first half with a score. Patrick Tolles from a yard out sneaks it in for 6. Kentucky trailed 35-24 at the half, and it looked like the Cats had the momentum headed into the locker room. But on the very first play of the second half, Tolles' pass is tipped by Ryan Timmons and right into the hands of Corey Moore. And Georgia would waste no time capitalizing. Hudson Mason over the middle to Jeb Blazevich. A career-high 4 touchdown passes today for Mason, and the wheels were falling off for the Cats. Georgia goes on to get the victory by the final of 63-31. After the game, Mark Stoops described this loss as embarrassing. We will hear from him That's coming up a little bit later in sports. Kristen?
Thanks, Lee K. Construction on the inside of Commonwealth started this evening. Crews wasted no time after today's game when they started taking down lights and cables. Tomorrow starts the deconstruction process. The new $45 million facility will be built adjacent to Commonwealth Stadium. 90,000 square feet will house a state-of-the-art dining and training center, giving players and coaches a showpiece. The newly renovated stadium is expected to open in 2015. A horse had to be rescued at a Lexington farm this morning after she got trapped in a sinkhole. Fire crews tell us a mare got loose, ran through a fence, and fell into the hole. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel was at the farm this morning where crews tried for hours to rescue the horse.
Around 9:30 this morning, firefighters responded to a large animal rescue at Woods Edge Farm on Old Richmond Road.
We had about a 1,200-pound thoroughbred mare that had gotten loose, ran through a fence and fallen into a sinkhole that was fenced off.
Fire officials say the mare's back feet got stuck about 10 feet deep into the sinkhole with only her head and neck above ground.
She was in shock and distress. They had a vet that showed up, helped sedate the animal. And after they sedated the mare, she calmed down enough that we were able to get slings around her and basically use a tractor to lift her up out of the hole.
Emergency crews were on scene for a little over 3 hours. Fire officials say rescues like this typically take some time.
Well, this went quite well. Our crews practice large animal rescue, but a lot of times this is, it's kind of a slow process. But if you can balance the amount of time that you can minimize the animal being in distress, you have a lot better chance of saving them.
Fire officials say the mare had a few cuts and bruises. She was taken to an animal hospital. Once sedation wears off, they'll check for any injuries. In Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
Crews say the mare may have been pregnant. The sun this Saturday sure helped our below-average temperatures feel not as chilly as they could have today. The meteorologist Jim Caldwell says enjoy it while it lasts. A drastic drop could be headed our way. Jim?
Yeah, we've got a wild ride in the weather department coming up over the next several days here. We will see a spike, but then the bottom falls out, and it falls hard. We look outside right now, though, with the fender. At least it's not raining or snowing anywhere across Kentucky. We do have some decent temperatures also still hanging out in the air, and quite a bit of cloud cover throughout the day. You did see a mix of sunshine, though, but what we have been seeing over the past couple of hours, more in the way of cloudy skies, and that's been the trend here for a little while, so it's going to hold on as we head through the rest of the evening. Holding steady at 50 degrees here in Lexington, Danville, Richmond, out toward Mount Sterling as well. And into the day tomorrow, I think this is about as warm as we get, maybe around 49. We were in the mid, maybe a few upper 50s earlier today. Now we're seeing that cooler air try to work its way in because we do have a weak frontal boundary that is working across Kentucky and bringing in some cooler air. The focus of the forecast, of course, is that brief warm-up. And then it gets Arctic around here. We're talking about daytime highs in the 30s. There might be a couple of days, if this pattern can hold, that lock in close to 32 degrees, meaning we stay around freezing for highs. It is a possibility, and we'll break it all down for you coming up in just a few minutes, Kristen.
I'm just going to focus on that warm-up. Thank you, Jim. A Prestonsburg pup is still fighting to survive tonight. Earlier this week, rescuers found a German Shepherd severely abused with gunshot wounds to her head and multiple other injuries. The Arrow Fund, a nonprofit organization in Louisville that deals with animal cruelty cases, picked Cello up immediately and took her to get help. They are collecting donations to pay for her veterinary bills. According to our partners at the Herald Leader, the Humane Society of the United States is offering a $5,000 reward for information on Cello's case that leads to an arrest. A Pulaski County family is preparing to remember the death of their son. Tomorrow marks the 5th anniversary of the disappearance and death of 21-year-old Kevin Price. Price never came home from work November 9th, 2009. Police found his burned truck near his workplace north of Somerset. Weeks later, they found his burned remains in eastern Pulaski County. Investigators still don't know who is responsible for his death, but family members say his memory will always live on.
A lot of times when I'm just doing my daily cleaning, dusting, whatever, and I pick up his picture, I give him a kiss.
A detective with the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office says they have persons of interest, but not enough evidence to make any arrests. A Lexington artist is using her talent once again to discourage violence. Danny Green is painting a second mural this weekend as a way to remember her fallen friend. Police say last year Travis Bredhold shot 51-year-old Mike Patel at the Marathon gas station on Alexandria Drive. Green says painting a new mural each year for Patel will help promote peace in the community.
Everything changes every day, so you can't leave something stagnant and keep someone's memory alive. It's not going to happen. So I mean, as long as I can change it every year, that's what I plan to do.
Bredhold is facing the death penalty. Still to come on WKYT, students at Asbury University walked for a cause in the Faith Fall Festival. We'll take you there and tell you who they're supporting. Asbury University students are helping one of their own today during the Walking in Faith Fall Festival. Proceeds from the festival are benefiting Sean Carlstead, an Asbury alum who recently suffered a serious medical condition. Doctors had to amputate both of her legs from the knees down, as well as one hand and all the fingers on her other hand. Funds raised today will go to help Carlstead pay mounting medical bills.